Welcome back.
Ooh, that was clean. That was a nice, crisp sound.
How you doing?
Been better. Definitely been better.
Feel that.
But hey, it'd be like that.
That's true. It'd be like that. Wise words.
Yes.
Who's that? Confucius?
Homer, maybe?
Yogi Berra?
It really do be like that.
I saw a TikTok the other day. It was he was like an English major, I think he was, and he
Yogi?
No, this guy, this TikTok.
Oh, I'm like,
guy.
what?
Yeah. And he was like my favorite, like saying person is Yogi Berra. He's led
philosopher, I guess.
I don't remember the word he used, but basically along the lines of like, that. And he was saying how, even though it's super illiterate, everything he says, it's so nothing makes sense. He said it's the wisest stuff you'll ever hear.
Right. Nothing makes sense, but it makes complete sense.
Exactly.
Like, I guarantee you could tell someone it ain't over till it's over, and someone will 100% understand.
Yeah.
I kind of want to look at the rest of the Yogi saying, Yogiisms.
Yogiisms.
You always do this. You always get me going. Let's see. 50 greatest Yogi Berra quotes from USA Today. Let's see what we got.
Give us a couple.
Big fan of this one. You can observe a lot just by watching.
Sure, that's true.
Let's scroll down a little bit because that was number 2. Let's go to number 50. A lot of guys. Oh, here's a Yogi Berra quote. A lot of guys go, "Hey, Yog, say a yogism." I tell them I don't know any. They want me to make one up. I don't make them up. I don't even know when I say it. They're the truth, and it is the truth. I don't know. That was a mouthful to read.
That's a good one. I like that.
Let's see. Little League Baseball is a very good thing because it keeps the parents off the streets. I feel like these days we're seeing a lot more of that, a need for that these days. Jeez, like, parents are nuts.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't get it. Like,
I don't either.
What happened? What happened here? They went off the deep end.
We stray further and further away from sanity each day.
That is true.
If you ask me anything I don't know, I'm not going to answer. I like it.
I like it. That might be my favorite.
Yeah.
That's
your favorite one right there?
That might be. That's a good one.
I'm a big fan of he hits from both sides of the plate. He's amphibious.
I like that. That's a good one. There's no bad one.
Though.
There's no bad one. But
I got a great one for you. This is the last one I'm gonna say.
All right.
And I need to know which one you are. All pitchers are liars or crybabies. Which one are you? Are you a liar or a crybaby?
I don't know. I guess a crybaby. I guess. I don't know.
All right.
I wouldn't say I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a liar. I would always lie and say that my arm felt fine. But maybe a liar.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's referring to also, I think.
Oh, so if it's referring to like that sense, then 100%.
That's what makes sense.
Yeah,
I can't throw my arm sore, or my arm's fine. My arm fucking kills me.
Yeah, like your arm's killing you, but yeah, I'm fine. Or your arm hurts a little bit. You're a little sore and you're crying about it. Yeah, I'm the liar. 100% the liar.
All right. Got a little good yogiism to start it off.
Hall of Fame legendary catcher.
Speaking of Hall of Fame,
yeah,
well done. Despite our many conversations about whether or not Barry and Roger are buddies on the ballot, I feel like after 10 years, we're on a first name basis with them now. 10 years on the ballot, we can go by a first name here.
You know who they are.
Yeah, Barry and Raj.
Yeah.
Bonds and Clemens do not get in once again. This time, one man, simply known as Big Papi.
Yep.
What are your thoughts? I mean, I know your thoughts. You also said them last week on the pod.
I did. I got more.
But now that it happened, what are your thoughts? What do you got?
I think it's ridiculous, obviously.
Okay.
You know, that's really most of it. I think it's ridiculous. It's like I'm on MLB Network the next day, right? Tom Verducci was
Wouldn't know.
on what?
I wouldn't know.
But I forgot who he was on. MLB Now, I think, maybe. I don't remember. But he was saying how basically he carried, the principle of something with the steroid guys, that he would never vote in a steroid guy, right?
Okay.
Or something like that. Like,
did Verducci vote for Bonds? I mean, not Bonds, Ortiz.
Actually, I have his ballots. Give me one sec while I find them. I should have had this prepared. I totally forgot about this, though. I have it.
Okay, we're not recording on a normal day. It happens.
No, I have it. All right, so it didn't have. It does. It only goes up to 2018 for some reason, but he had 2018. He had Vlad Guerrero, Hoffman, Chipper, Kent, Edgar Martinez, Fred McGriff, Mike Mussina, Kurt Schilling, Jim Thome.
It's a great ballot.
Good ballot.
Talk about legends only.
So my problem came that I believe he did vote for Papi on this ballot, right? And he said,
which goes against what he says. Yeah.
He said something along the lines of that the guys that, that were caught or, have the accusations against them, they don't get they don't get a vote in their first year.
But Papi got a vote for his
Papi got a vote. And he waited until 2016 to vote for Mike Piazza. So where do you lie on here? And he had Sheffield in 2016, but then he hasn't had him since. And that was the only year he had Sheffield.
So weird.
So, well, I mean, I don't know. It seemed a little hypocritical to me, and I did not like that. And
right.
I thought Verducci was a little more
had a little more integrity.
Yeah, sure.
I always thought that too about him.
So I'm not I'm not on board with that.
I mean, I don't blame you. Like I would have voted for Papi, and that's just that's just how it is at this point.
Yeah, and you did. I don't see a problem with voting Papi.
Right.
If you want to vote Papi, go for it. But I think you have to at least remain consistent.
Right. Now, I did post on our Instagram story, how do you feel about Bonds and Clemens not making the Hall of Fame? We got a couple of replies. 4 to be exact.
Yeah.
One person goes shit, which is pretty simple.
It's a good response.
Another reply is blasphemous.
Ooh, that's a better response. I like that.
They're scum is another one. Now,
That's
I don't know
solid.
if that one's talking about the players, the 2 players, or the voters.
Or the voters.
So it's pretty vague. We
Hmm.
might have to have Player Tea Party explain that one. By the way, shout out to PTP, man. He's the homie.
Great guy.
Bought a Take a Pitch hoodie. Get yours today. Link in all our bios. You also get this sick fuck cancer shirt. Looks good on the purple. Feels good. Look good. Feel good. Play good. Play good, they pay good.
Purple looks great in person too.
It does. You know, it's a nice deep purple with and the contrast of pink. I love it.
It's a rich,
obviously
royal purple is how I would describe it.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, it doesn't have to be just about breast cancer. It's all cancer. Fuck cancer.
All cancer. Yeah.
So you get yours today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. Also got other great stuff.
Hell yeah.
My favorite response, and I think this rings true for you, me, MACCA, and Mike, because we've had this conversation about it too. Irresponsible voters.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that one because if you think about it, this is a responsibility to the game of baseball for these voters to preserve and continue telling the story of the great game, right?
Go, yeah. Well put.
Now, this is their job. Their job is to, obviously their job is to be writers and report on the stories, but to preserve the game's greatest artifacts and players and keep them immortal. You know, they've done a horrible job.
Yeah.
To me, and it's been mentioned by a couple of different people too that I talked to. It's all, we're trying to keep this game as pure as possible in terms of the integrity of it all and this and that. And the Hall of Fame is they're essentially trying to reflect that in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But there's a saying that I like a lot. Sunshine all the time just makes a desert. What's the good without the bad? I mean, we're telling the story of the game, right?
Yeah.
First of all, fucking without steroids, this game is dead and in the waters after the lockout.
True.
Which is going to be an interesting the strike.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting how they're going to turn around the lockout, which we'll get to later. But this game is dead in the water without steroids. McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, if you want to even include him. Palmeiro,
their home run race.
These guys.
Their home run race of 98 totally just revamped the entire game after 94 getting the season shortened strike, not playing in the World Series playoffs, obviously.
It wasn't 95 shortened a little bit too?
95 was delayed, yeah.
Yeah.
So to have them then come and, I'm sure guys were taking steroids prior, but to have them come and revitalize the game, I mean, I think it's just a little fucked up. And
I mean, MLB did them dirty, but doing this whole steroid manhunt and being like, hey guys, take these.
Yes.
You know.
And
Selig did them dirty.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, you add in Selig is a Hall of Famer.
Right. I was saying, Bud Selig was a commissioner during a player strike, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, not only that, I mean, he's the guy who let it all happen. He's the steroid commissioner. That's what he will always be known as. As Manfred's going to be
still one of the most
the ball fondler
too.
Somehow.
Yeah, Manfred's something about Manfred is going to be. I'm very curious what his legacy will be.
Ball fondler.
Very curious.
Ball fondler. Not like Sandusky.
Jesus.
Just putting that out there.
Jeez.
I'm just putting it out there. It's not like Sandusky. He's fondling these balls, switching them up, and fucking with the players. He's an asshole. He's an owner's commissioner.
100%. Now, what was Selig though?
Scumbag. I didn't hate Selig as much. I don't really. I wasn't that ingrained into like the business of baseball back when Selig was the commissioner. So I don't really have a hard take on Selig, but I do think that he is an asshole, especially that he's the steroid commissioner. And, the players got penalized, but he obviously knew about it prior before
Yeah.
doing anything. You're stupid if you didn't know that. I mean, look at, Mark McGwire was jacked, but then you look at him, dude, he looks like a fucking WWE wrestler. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real with ourselves here. So,
right, exactly. But regardless, the Hall of Fame, I think it's irresponsible for them not voting in. I mean, listen, let me just put it to you the simplest way, and it's been going around social media. The Hall of Fame is currently the Baseball Hall of Fame is currently missing its all-time leader in home runs. It's all-time leader in
Cy Young.
I think RBIs.
Oh,
I think Bonds has that record. If
don't
not,
know,
he's top
honestly.
5.
I think Hank Aaron is the
Still?
all-time
Okay.
leader.
Either way, he's still top 5.
Yeah.
It's missing its all-time leader in Cy Young Award, which is the
only
award
500
for best
500 player,
pitcher.
by the way.
Bonds, yeah. Which is the only, and Cy Young is literally the best pitcher in the game.
He's got
He won it 7
7
times. It's missing its hits leader.
Yep.
How is this the Hall of Fame?
You
Now we ran a poll. I asked Twitter if it would take away the credibility and the integrity, I guess, of the Hall of Fame. I forgot what the exact word was. A lot of people said no if it was just Bonds. I mean, not just Ortiz. 89% of the vote was no.
Wow.
Which is something I know you disagree with.
I do disagree with.
Credibility, sorry. It was credibility is what the word
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I assumed. Yeah, I mean, Ortiz is a Hall of Famer. Let's get that straight.
Yes.
David Ortiz, David Big Papi Ortiz is a Hall of Famer. 100%.
Right.
I don't like that Barry Bonds is sitting on the sidelines now. I don't like that Edgar Martinez had to wait till the last year on the ballot. And he's, I mean, arguably, I mean, maybe not even arguably, Edgar Martinez was a better player than David Ortiz. David Ortiz, I'll give him the 2 things that really gave him the push to get him in there: his likability and his postseason heroics and clutch, which helps the case.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Edgar waiting 10 years was a crime regardless.
it was, but
that was just, yeah.
I think it's a little wrong that, that he had to wait that long. Papi got in on his first ballot. I don't, it doesn't sit right with me.
I understand what you're saying.
Thank you.
Papi barely got in though.
He did. What, 77.9?
77.9.
Yeah.
So I think like 6 votes, just 5-6 votes, something like that.
And you think Schilling would have gotten in had he not said, writers, fuck you all? No, he was at what, 70, almost 72% last year, I think.
He was at 6. What was he at?
No, he was in the 70s.
Let me see.
71,
2021
maybe.
Baseball. Let's see. Schilling last year was at 71. Yep.
71. So he easily gets in this year. Easily.
If he doesn't get fed up with it, yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't tell him to fuck off. He's probably going to get in the we should mention that all the guys that fell off the ballot. So hold on, what's that?
54 votes.
Bonds, Clemens, Schilling, and Sosa are all on the today's ballot in
they're a ballot for this year,
yeah, in December. So who do you
which
think?
is going to be interesting because I think the leading candidate there was Fred McGriff.
Oh, he's on it.
I think was the big name going into it, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I think Schilling will get in.
Yeah, he deserves to.
I think he'll get in on that ballot because that's what he said. He said, "Fuck you guys. You guys don't know what you're doing."
Pretty much.
I want to get it. If I get in, I'll want to get in on a committee ballot.
because the committee ballots are simply just not writers, they're Hall of Famers, I think.
Yes. Correct.
So the today's game era committee is a 16-member committee comprised of Hall of Famers, executives, and members.
Yeah, that. But
You must
they
receive
are,
12
yeah.
of at least 16 votes for election.
Mhm.
10 candidates on the ballot. Players, managers, umpires, and executives from 88 to present. Which is going to be interesting because umpires meaning Joe West. Now that he's retired. I don't think
He's
this.
not getting in.
I'm just saying, I don't think this has that 5-year.
No, it
wait.
doesn't. Well, I don't know if does that apply to umpires? I don't think so. I think that only applies to players.
So the president of the Baseball Hall of Fame's quote on the voting criteria for today's game era ballot. The player's record, playing ability, integrity, sportsmanship, character, and contributions to the team or teams for which he played.
So same thing as the Hall of
Fame. One of the criteria. Right. Which is going to be very interesting to see where Schilling stands.
I think he's got a good shot. I think he's probably got the best shot. I don't know who else is on the ballot, but.
So I think the big names were Bruce Bochy and Fred McGriff. Were the two big names. And now Fred McGriff didn't get enough love on the ballot when he was on the ballot. That's just me.
I agree. I would have voted for Fred McGriff probably.
Another more candidates include John Olerud, Will Clark, Albert Bell. This is just from the video I'm seeing from MLB Network. So that was
a few cuspers.
So here's another thing that we're forgetting is think about the managers that have retired recently. Bruce Bochy, Jim Leland, Lou Piniella. These guys are all guys who could get in.
They're on that ballot.
They would be considered on the ballot. Yeah. George Steinbrenner would be considered for the ballot. I think he was a couple years ago. That. Oral Hershiser, David Cohn, Greg Amsinger has John Franco on his ballot.
Interesting.
So there's a lot. This is a large network casting for a bunch of guys who, you adding now 4 guys who have numbers. They put up the numbers.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with them is the integrity.
Yeah.
That's really what the issue comes down to is the integrity.
Right.
But
yeah, we'll see in December.
A lot of names.
See how it goes.
A lot of interesting names.
A lot of big names.
Oh yeah.
You got anything else on it?
So this year on the today's era or just Hall of Fame in general?
Hall of Fame in general.
So Schilling lost 54 votes this year. Let's see. Last year Bonds was at 61.8. This year he finishes at 66, gaining 12 votes. Clemens last year was at 61.6, and he finished at 65.2, gaining 10 votes.
Okay.
It's interesting that the two of them did not crack 70.
I feel like that's not all that surprising.
Well, Scott Rowland's trending upwards. He is nearing election with 63.2% of the votes. Yeah. Todd Helton this year got 52% after last year getting 44.9.
Right.
Wagner at 51% after last year getting 46.4. I mean, the criminally underrated department, Andrew Jones at 41.1% of the vote this year after last year getting 33.9. Trending upwards, obviously. But again, not even close to where he should be. I mean, you and I think he should have been elected already, but at this point, the further we look, the more we say Andrew Jones is a fucking Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. Really, like if you don't think so, just look at his numbers, please. And if you still don't think so,
And look at where
come
those
to us.
numbers sit in baseball history.
Yeah. What is
Jeff Kent.
defense? Defense
Jeff-
alone.
Yeah.
Come
Jeff Kent last year, 32-4 this year, 32-7.
He's going on his last year. Next year.
Losing. Jeff Kent lost the vote.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't like that. Jeff Kent is going on his last year. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not getting in, sadly.
He'll be another guy that I'm very interested to see if when the today's game era comes around again.
There'll be another 4 years, right?
What kind of support he gets? 3 or 4
So,
years, I think. Yeah.
I think there's 4 of them. So including this year, 4 years.
I think the
I'm saying.
last vote was 2019.
Oh, there's only 3?
Let's see.
I thought it was a 4-year
I thought there was
rotation.
4-year rotation too, but let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's got a few years. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll probably get some love. It depends on their, the time constraints, like you said. 1988 to present for this year's,
88
right?
to present. Yep.
So,
Which is interesting because Clemens started in 86.
but he played during that time.
He
So
played during the year.
yeah.
In the criminal department, 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 got 23.9% votes. You like that one, didn't you?
That was good. You caught me off guard. That was good. That's getting highlighted right there. That was good.
𝒂𝒂𝒂 staying on the ballot for whatever reason. Got 94 votes last year, however. Got 197 votes.
It's crazy. You know what I kind of want to see? I want to see who and if and who should I say voted for Vizquel but didn't vote for Schilling.
I would love to see the morality clause.
That exactly. That would say a lot about that person.
Yeah. And now again, for whatever reason, what Vizquel did seemed to be so overlooked overall.
It did. You know why? Because it broke during spring training, right? Last year, or like right before, or like right when guys were reporting to camp or something. So it got swept pretty quick. Whereas obviously with Schilling, the case is that
no, it didn't break during spring training.
When did it break?
August.
Wait, really? Of when?
Yeah, dude.
Of 2020?
21.
What?
Yeah,
No
NBC
way.
News. Former MLB star 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 accused of sexually harassing Bat Boy.
That's not just updated? Like an updated article?
August 10th, 2021, 5:01 p.m. No.
Why do I feel like it was?
Yeah, the first line is former Major League Baseball star 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 sexually harassed an autistic Bat Boy when he was manager of Chicago White Sox minor league team. The federal lawsuit alleges. August.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, no, it's
Why do I feel like it was last winter?
that's what I'm saying. It's so swept over. Yeah.
A fucking freak.
I mean,
Piece of shit. Fuck him.
it's bad. The guy was 20. The Bat Boy was 23, I believe. 22, 23.
He was mentally disabled, right?
Yeah, this is he autistic apparently.
Oh, he's autistic.
Allegedly.
I'm
I
pretty.
don't know.
I'm pretty
the full
sure
details of all of this.
I'm pretty sure that was confirmed, but
Yeah.
obviously I'm not going to confirm that.
Right, you don't want to confirm anything here. It's all still. I think it's all still pending.
Yeah, he's being sued. I know that much. I mean, but
the fact that he stays on the ballot after breaking is absurd.
Allegedly molesting someone is a kid.
The report was that he forced him to wash his back in the shower and then turned around and made no effort to hide some sort of erection. Again, allegedly.
And I saw that he explicitly said to him that he said that he was everything that happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse, and that he told him that he was sexually interested in men. But the worker made it clear that he had no interest in a sexual relationship with 𝒂𝒃.
Right. And then the other thing I saw was reported was that the bat boy had gone to 2 other employees who laughed at him.
Oh, I'm sick.
It's disgusting, this whole thing, and how he's even getting 94 people to vote for him when literally the whole point of the controversy is the integrity clause.
Yep.
Now, yes, 𝒂𝒃 didn't do steroids, allegedly, as far as we know.
Nah, there's no chance he did.
During his playing career, he was allegedly a very good person. And as far as we know, nothing happened. But if we're limiting this to our playing career, why is Schilling not in?
I mean,
Schilling's punishment has been because of his post-playing career comments about politics.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about players who deserve a vote significantly more than Omar Vizquel. Bobby Abreu only got 8.6% of the vote.
Yeah.
34 votes.
Yes.
Torii Hunter, 21 votes. You need 20 to stay on the ballot.
Yeah. Torii Hunter, just over 5%, right?
Yeah, guys who fell off the ballot. Mark Teixeira only got 6 votes. And he's a guy who we've had conversations internally about his case, and he has a case.
Yeah, I don't think he is necessarily a Hall of Famer, but I do think that Mark Teixeira is a guy that should be on there for a few years at least.
Mm-hmm.
Give him
Joe
the decency.
Nathan, 17 votes.
Another
Tim
guy.
Hudson, 12 votes. I mean, just crazy.
Mark Burley got a vote.
Mark Burley stayed on the ballot.
Wait, did he?
23 votes, 5.8%.
Wait, who am I thinking of? That was like crazy. They got 1 vote.
Pierzynski got 2 votes.
Pierzynski. They had to be Chicago writers, right?
Okay, so let me put it this way, Billy. If I were to tell you 12 years ago, when the time comes to vote for Hall of Fame, Prince Fielder on his first year on the ballot would have as many votes as AJ Pierzynski, what would you have told me 12 years ago?
That's crazy.
You would have laughed in my face.
Yeah, of course.
They both got 2 votes.
Yeah.
Jonathan Papelbon got 5 votes.
The sad thing about this ballot to me is they're still I don't know what the writers are looking at, honestly, when it comes to this. I don't know if they're going to their fucking baseball reference pages or whatnot, but they don't care about 7-year peak. That's made clear.
Oh, is that the case? Because Jimmy Rollins got 37 votes.
I think
he's a prime 7-year peak guy.
He is, but so is Andrew Jones. If you're, Andrew Jones is an insane 7-year peak guy.
Yeah,
with some good all-time numbers, career numbers, should I say?
Right.
Especially defensively. I mean, he's the best defensive outfielder of all time. So
yeah,
I do think that it's a little sad the way that the way that it that this ballot turned out. I have lost a little faith in this ballot, in this in the Hall of Fame, in these in this whole thing. I've lost a bit of faith in this, so it's sad, but
I mean, you and I are big supporters of a few guys on this ballot too. Yeah. It's Wagner. I'm a big Helton guy.
Yeah, me too.
I was a big Schilling guy.
I don't know if I'm going to be voting for 10 guys next year.
Yeah, looking ahead, it's going to be tough to fill 10 spots.
Yeah.
Now I always vote 10 guys.
Yeah.
Now, but you and I are big on Jeff Kent. We're big on Abreu. I'm a big Torii Hunter guy. I think he deserves a little more love.
Yeah.
But looking at next year's ballot, that might be the extent of it. Ed and Roland. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Beltran is going to be a very interesting case next year.
I'm all for Beltran.
Well, yeah, you and me both. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Andy Pettitte stays on the ballot, as well as who's the other one that I didn't talk about? A-Rod getting only 34% of the votes. He'll be an interesting guy to watch as his candidacy moves forward and his time on the ballot prolongs.
Right.
So now the obvious question is, did they get it right? And I think we've made it pretty clear they fucked us up royally.
Yeah. Like I said, I do think that Poppy's a Hall of Famer. I personally, it doesn't sit well with me that he got in on his first try. That's it.
Yep, I hear you. I understand where you're coming from.
Thank you.
Moving forward, what do we got?
Next, we got the Lockout.
Oh, yeah, I did mention that, didn't I?
Yeah.
So to make a progress.
Long story short, nothing. No. I don't know. So this is from Evan Drellich. Today's 90-minute meeting between MLB and MLBPA was heated. Some owners and players participated. The MLBPA made moves in two areas: service time manipulation and pre-arb bonus pool. Dropped requests from 105 million to 100 million. To be determined next core economics meeting will be.
So that's the thing. These aren't even the core economics of this. I've seen a couple.
Well, wouldn't that
couple
mean? Doesn't that mean that this is the core economics?
Well, I've seen a couple of different tweets saying these aren't even core economic issues that they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really my reaction to it. There's really no update still, sadly.
I'm at the point where I'm gonna walk into the bargaining session and be like, you're dropping that down to 60 million. You're giving them half of what they want, half of what you want. We're splitting them down the middle. And you're reporting to camp, by the way, next week.
Yeah, seriously. It's
according to Jeff Passan, spring training start time is in grave danger.
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
I think we're long past that.
That's not happening. They would report in what, 2 weeks from tomorrow, right?
2 weeks from tomorrow. And meanwhile, we still have some of the game's biggest players, biggest names, not even on a team.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of been the norm recently, though. You know, with a lot of guys going into spring training without a team, without a home.
Dude, here's the weirdest part. Max Scherzer's a Met, and we won't see this till May or June.
I don't know if it's going to last that long. I think that's...
Well, if they go a week without talking to each other, 2 days, then a week without talking to each other, like this is going on forever.
We don't know. We don't know when they're going to go. I mean, you know, it's possible they might meet. May end up meeting on Friday. Who knows?
I believe they are meeting on Wednesday, today.
Oh, they are meeting tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there you go. So
point being, they're meeting every 2 days every week, and then not for another week. To me, if they even have a sense of a fan base, even the slightest pinky on the pulse of the fan base, they're in there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every fucking day, trying to make this work.
You would imagine, you know, these owners, for whatever reason, maybe they know that they don't have the upper hand, so they're trying to drag this out to get that's probably realistic.
But it's only going to hurt them.
But they want to try and make it seem that's my guess what they're doing, because like they've been hurt the past 2 years. You know, teams didn't have 100% attendance. Some teams didn't the entire year. Right. So, you know, so many owners have lost so much money over the past 2 years. They made like nothing.
Granted, the Rays never have 100% attendance, but still.
That's true. The Rays are flourishing, man. If anything, going on over there, their attendance might have gone up. They might have made more money.
Right, and it's fucking dishing it out too.
So
here's my thing though, and I know your family is a big baseball family. You guys all love baseball. My dad has told me numerous times that once he realized that it really is a business with the strike and everything, he stopped. He didn't really care for baseball that much. This is gonna lose fans.
Of course.
Baseball as a whole can't afford that.
I agree.
This is something that and I don't understand this, because you and I have talked about this at length during the pandemic. This is a sport that went through a labor battle just to get its season off the ground last year. knowing that at the end of the following season, there's going to be a lockout. It was guaranteed. There was zero discussion leading up to it. What are we doing?
You know,
Whose brain is turned off for the last 3 fucking years? At what point do you say, for the good of the sport, let's meet the next 3 weeks straight? Last December.
You would assume that they would do that, but they don't care. They don't
of course,
care.
this is a year that I have opening day tickets. I have my ticket plan. Because fuck me, right? 2020, my birthday was opening day. I was ready to go.
Like,
fuck me, right?
I do have one my last thing on this subject. Do you think do you think that the owners are actually going to be saving money by doing this?
Because they're not going to have to pay the players for a full year. That's the only money they're saving.
But they're not gaining.
I know.
Then you're literally not gaining any money. Because are they? No, they're not allowed to make any money off the players. So,
yeah, dude, the NFL has given us 6 straight games of awesomeness.
Yep.
MLB doesn't even
Go
have
Bengals.
player photos. Go Bengals on their website.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The NBA is making money hand over fist despite their top player, the face of the league, bowing down to China half the time.
I mean, their ratings are fucking falling pretty hard.
Well, yeah.
NFL is back on the rise, though.
I mean, even hockey's getting a boost.
Yeah.
You're gonna let a Canadian sport bypass you?
I mean,
and I love hockey.
I think a big thing to look at is MLB The Show 2021 or just 21 was the top selling game in North America.
Was it really?
Yeah, I sent you that. Remember?
I don't remember.
Sports game. Sorry, not just game in overall. In North America,
it beat FIFA.
It beat FIFA. It beat Madden. It beat NBA. It beat It beat Chell. It beat them all. They sold the most copies.
That's with it being delayed, with 2 consoles having production issues.
Well, adding a console, they added Xbox to it too.
Oh, that's true. They were adding.
And just what a horrible way to if anything, if video game is telling you anything, video game is primarily the younger audience, right?
Which is what they've been trying to capture.
If it's the highest selling sports video game for 2021, build off of that.
Yeah.
Right? Like add more fun shit, like how NBA has, but build on it.
Right. They added Stadium Creator, which is really the core reason I wanted.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
I love that shit.
We haven't had that since MVP baseball.
Bro.
So
I haven't had this Madden 20 fucking 08, maybe.
Right.
Bro, I used to build those stadiums like nobody's business. I would create teams at the ass. Oh, I love that shit. Yeah.
But like
nice
build off of that. And now they're in a lockout.
Especially with the emergence of Twitch streaming and TikTok and all these things. MLB The Show is in your face all the time.
Yeah.
Even if you're a casual baseball fan.
Yep.
It's in your face.
Yep.
But real baseball isn't.
Yeah, it's sad.
I understand they want to cater to a younger demographic. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working with the video game.
Yeah.
But I mean, you and I grew up in a time period where, okay, you play video games, great, but you also played outside.
Right.
We got mud on our knees, we were throwing snowballs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then we came inside, played some video games. We did both. Kids these days aren't getting outside.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to be inside playing video games, and most of these kids have a sick setup with 3 monitors and one of them connected to a TV.
Right.
Why is there not baseball on the TV? Because Major League Baseball is failing itself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like I said to you the other day, their prime demographic is adult white men.
Mhm.
And there's nothing, there's obviously nothing wrong with that. That's how it is. It's the same thing for, tennis and fucking golf, but I don't like that the
Love
way
tennis.
I don't go Rafa, vamos.
Sir.
I don't like the way that MLB tries to
Gatekeep.
and just they try to keep themselves as this like, oh, we're better than the NFL, we're better than the NBA, like
An elitist, arrogant.
yeah, like more, more professional. Like we're not as rowdy. We're not
We're
as
stuck up.
And they don't have to be. They don't have to be that.
Which is ironic. We're not as rowdy. Tyler Matzik is slugging beers, getting shit faced at the parade.
Legend.
Like guys are throwing beers off the buses on every championship parade you see.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso's dropping F-bombs in an interview. Professional my ass.
Yeah.
We're pimping dingers and fucking throwing high heat at each other. This ain't professional.
That's how it be, man. I got nothing else on Lockout. It's just ridiculous.
It gets me heated.
But
figure the fuck out so I can watch Jacob deGrom again.
Yeah, facts. So just a little thing based off of what we were just talking about. Shohei Ohtani has been named the cover athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Appropriate?
I think there's a better two-way player to use, but
No, honestly.
If
bias aside,
here's the thing. All jokes aside, is that Shohei Ohtani is the face of baseball.
Okay.
At this current moment, he is the face of baseball. Because the best thing that Major League Baseball has done is market Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny because, I mean, he's not really obviously he can't.
He doesn't speak English at all.
But
yeah,
he doesn't speak much regardless. So it's kind of funny how, Manfred specifically said that, Trout is unmarketable and he's ashamed because he doesn't market himself because he's, more, sit back and relaxed guy, reserved. And
this is gonna sound really bad, but it's gonna sound really bad. Don't cancel me, but this is to your point where these guys coming over from Asia,
mm-hmm.
they don't speak English. If their translator is not there 24/7, they just smile and nod.
Well, yeah,
because it's a polite thing to do.
But what would you do if you were over there? You do the same thing,
right? But the fact that he's always smiling
mm-hmm.
is making him an easy target to market.
Yeah, that's true. I see what you're saying.
And that's just because of the lack of communication, unfortunately. It's like I said, it's gonna sound really bad because it is with most of these Asian ball players come over.
I mean, even the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, not really Puerto Ricans.
I wouldn't say the Latin American players because they all come up together for the most part.
But they don't
find more Latin American players on a team that they can communicate with.
Yes,
than you are with Asians.
Yeah, but like I'm saying,
and again, this sounds really, really bad, but it's the reality of it.
But I'm saying, like on the mic, on the camera, most, not most, but a lot of them do.
Who was the most outgoing Asian player we've seen on camera on a mic? Munenori Kawasaki, right?
Yes, good one.
That guy was
about him.
My point exactly.
It's just your fucking favorite player of all time. He was Jersey.
Gave the greatest interviews.
You was Jersey?
No, I wish.
I thought you did.
He gave the greatest interviews. Like, dude, him and the bananas. Oh, great. But again, either way, he's still the most personable
mm-hmm.
Asian player we've seen in recent memory.
Yeah.
Outside of Ichiro.
Yeah.
But even with Ichiro, it took time.
Well, yeah, of course. So
my point being that Ohtani is the face of the game right now. He has overtaken Tatis Jr. He has overtaken Vladdy. I think this core group right now that we have between those three that I mentioned,
mm-hmm.
Acuna,
Mhm.
I mean, even Pete, he's not that young, but Pete, Soto,
Mhm.
this is the future of baseball in terms of marketability.
Mhm.
These are the guys we're going to steal on the cover of MLB The Show for years to come.
Okay. I personally still think that Tatis is the face of baseball. I don't think that an MVP season dictates being the face of baseball.
I still wouldn't even have voted him MVP this year, but that's fine.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't think,
he had a great year, but
like,
the
yeah,
novelty of the two-way
yes,
player
yes, yes, yes.
is going to wear off very fast.
Well, we'll see how many times he can repeat that.
Mhm.
I say 0.
I'll give him one.
You think he'll be, sub 3 and hit 40 plus bombs again? I don't think he'll ever do that again.
One more year, if not sub 3, low 3.
Okay, that's reasonable.
I can see him doing that maybe one or two more times.
We got to see who the free agent class is for next year, so we could see what type of baseballs they're going to be.
Oh, true.
So we'll know what type of player he'll be.
It's so wild.
Fuck
Do you think
Manfred.
that's any part of the CBA talks?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, I don't know how it wouldn't be.
It's nuts, dude.
Like, that has to be just part of it, just part of it as a whole.
Here's my message to Rob Manfred, though, as we'll round this out. Rob Manfred, stop being so fucking smelly. Get yourself some SOAPAZON soap. Comes in baseball packaging, softball packaging. For those Rachel Balkovec fans, we'll get to her in a little bit. Baseball soap, there's softball soap. They also have martial arts soap. Comes with like a karate little belt. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Get yours today. You can buy it. Order 1 bar. You can order a subscription-based thing. Use promo code TAP. That's TAP to get 15% off your order. Go get yours. My personal favorite is the pine tar. My next is going to be the peppermint tea tree. Definitely recommend going to get yourself some baseball soap from SOAPAZON.com today. Again, order it from SOAPAZON.com. Do not order it from Amazon because the promo code will not work on Amazon, I believe. Promo code TAP, 15% off SOAPAZON.com. Get yours today and stop being so fucking smelly. You hear that, Rob Manfred? It'll save you money too.
Yeah, something you need to do apparently.
Well, listen, he's the owner's commissioner,
Yeah. All right. So you mentioned it, Rachel
Balkovec, right?
Balkovec.
There we go. We figured it out. We agreed on a way to pronounce it.
We messed up on this.
But yes,
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
About her. We didn't record that week that she got hired, and then we have recorded since, obviously, but I forgot.
We did miss this, yeah.
And
we dropped the ball.
Here it is. I mean, we haven't missed anything. But yeah, she's been hired first female manager
at any level. She's gonna be the manager of the Tampa Tarpons. Their rookie ball. Is that
low
A or low A? The Yankees low A team, and you know what? I like it.
Yeah,
she's earned her stripes, obviously.
So it seems like.
And from everything that I've read and seen, she is a very good coach.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I mean, I obviously haven't seen her. I haven't,
right.
It's
all what we're reading kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even heard her name up until January 12th. So.
Oh, really? No, I've heard of her.
I probably have.
I think we spoke about her last year. Yeah.
But
what do you think? What do you think of the whole thing? Females managing ball clubs and being coaches. There you
go. Are they qualified? If they're qualified, I think the biggest thing as a manager, like besides being qualified, you have to be a leader. I think that's the biggest thing as a manager. Can you hold a room? Are you able to grasp that audience, the clubhouse,
right,
and the players' attention? If you could do that, yeah. I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, you and I have spoken about this too. Most managers are former catchers or middle infielders. That's what you and I have definitely.
Yeah,
talked about that a little bit.
I like personally, I think the catchers usually become great managers.
Well, she was a college softball catcher
Yes, sir.
at Creighton University and University of New Mexico. So hopefully that tradition of great managers being catchers carries on with her. We wish her nothing but the best. I really do hope she succeeds.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
I want to see more qualified females in baseball.
What is succeeding though?
At the low A level?
Sure. For where she is right now, what is succeeding? Is it winning, or is it
development?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or is it like getting a good rep from those players that she managed?
I think it's a mix of all three. It has to be a mix of all three at this point, because obviously she knows enough baseball to win and put the right players in a position to succeed. Obviously, it's going to help her. If she can help develop these players into big league ball players, it's going to help her.
Mm-hmm.
If she can command a room and have the developmental aspect and the winning aspect done while holding a room and being a leader,
mm-hmm.
I think it's the three-step process here.
Okay.
And I think that goes with any minor league manager. I don't think it's specific to her.
Okay.
I think that goes with any sort of manager at any level, really. Because those are the three important aspects of being a manager.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got a guy like Tony La Russa in Chicago. Those three are huge key pieces, especially being an older guy in a young man's game.
Right.
You look at rookie managers, those three. I mean, Kevin Cash is a prime example. He wins. He develops these great players that they end up shipping off. And he can hold a room, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, players want to play for him. Yeah. Therefore, he's still with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
There is so much that's gone into it, and it's a huge step forward for baseball, especially in light of things that I've seen recently regarding diversity hires.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can just get into this briefly because I saw a tweet that Alex Cora had said something about his brother Joey, who was the third base coach of the Mets this year. Okay. Got a managerial hire. Got a managerial interview.
Okay.
With whoever, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was named. They didn't know that he went to Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. Which you'd think would be something very key in a managerial interview. Especially given that's a key baseball program at the collegiate level.
I guess it depends. I mean,
it was more for a diversity interview kind of thing.
Sure. Okay.
So I think it's a huge step forward for baseball in that regard. And hopefully she succeeds, and hopefully there are more women to follow. I mean, obviously with, and I'm going to botch her name, but Marlins GM. What's her name again? Kim
Nee, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I've heard it like 40 different ways.
Yeah. And I don't want to botch her name and us be bad about that. Even though I'm a pro of botching names. You know, hopefully there are more women in front office as long as they're qualified.
Yeah.
The most qualified person for the job, regardless of skin tone, gender, who they fuck, I don't care. If you're qualified for it, you get the job.
That's exactly it.
And that's what I think we're hopefully trending towards with baseball.
All right, next, final. Top 10. Right now. Top 10 right now.
Top 10 right now.
First base.
Okay.
What order would you like to go in, Max?
You want to go 10-1?
Good one. You, me, or MACCA? Who do you want to go first?
Why don't we read off MACCA's first?
Okay.
Also, so I can find mine.
All right. Chris MACCA.
By the way, we haven't heard from Mike recently, so that's why you haven't seen his stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't answered me.
Mike got a girlfriend, by the way, so
oh yeah, that's right.
He's been tied up with that, so Mike.
Congrats, Mike.
Congrats,
proud of you. All right, so Chris MACCA, his top 10. goes as followed. In the 10th spot, Brandon Belt. 9, Anthony Rizzo. 8, Rhys Hoskins.
I
7.
like that you included the MLB logo there. I like that one.
Thank you.
Nice
Free
touch.
agent.
Nice touch. Yeah.
7, Jose Abreu. 6, Paul Goldschmidt. 5, Max Muncy. 4, Pete Alonso. 3, Vlad Guerrero Jr. 2, Matt Olson. And 1, Freddie Freeman.
No complaints there.
No. You want to go?
You want to go next or you want me to go next?
I don't care.
All right, I'll go next. At number 10. Do you have mine up?
There we go.
Yeah, I forgot. Mine's a little fucked up. Number 10, I have Rhys Hoskins. Despite the fact that we've called him overrated numerous times. Slim pickings. Number 9, I have Brandon Belt. 8, Paul Goldschmidt. 7, Anthony Rizzo. 6, Jose Abreu. Number 5, Max Muncy, despite my disdain for him. Can't knock it. I mean, listen, guy's good. Number 4, Big Meat Pete. Number 3, Matt Olson. Number 2, Vladdy Jr. And numero uno, Frederick Freeman.
Well done.
Love Freddie. Love Freddie.
So I do have a couple questions.
What you got?
Actually, it's just really, I guess it's really 2.
What you got?
We'll start with Rizzo. Why do you have Rizzo on your top 10?
You know, he does a lot for every team he plays for, whoever he plays for. Brings in an element of defense to the game as well, which I think we are missing with a lot of these top tier players. A lot of guys focus on hitting too much, and defense is definitely a key element at first base, especially at first base. So that's why guys like Olson, guys like Rizzo are going to be on my top 5, the top 10. I mean,
yeah. I personally, I rate defense a little low when it comes to first base.
Right.
I don't really care about defense all that much. You
Okay.
do, like, if you have it, like Matt Olson, right? Tremendous plus. Brandon Belt is another one.
Yeah.
Tremendous plus. I just won't,
Well, as someone who's played first base in Little League a couple times, I know how tough it can be.
It can be
focus
tough.
on the footwork, all that stuff
It's
on the bag, as
all
well as hitting.
footwork.
I was terrible at hitting, so thank God I was able to focus on. We knew I wasn't hitting the ball.
I love playing first base. And then why Goldie so low in the 8th spot? You got Rizzo above Goldie.
His age is catching up to him. He had a rough year last year, especially considering he was on our fantasy team.
He didn't have a rough year.
He had a rough start.
Rough start. He ended up hitting what, 294?
Top 10.
Oops.
There you go.
Look at that.
That's the folder, by the way. That's the treasured photo for those of you watching. By the way, if you're not listening and just watching, go listen.
Well,
If you're listening and want to see the folder, head over to YouTube and check it out.
where do I have it? Right there.
Joey Votto was another guy I was looking at too, but he had a rough couple of years.
Yeah, hit 294, 365, 514. OPS.
By the way, for those watching, Billy does all of this and sent this to us for just about every player, every starter.
Yeah, I did.
Top 20 starters. I think,
did
at each position.
16.
16.
So
this is what we're working with when we
138. Weighted runs created plus. Great WOBA, or solid WOBA. These are really the only 2 things that bothered me.
Yeah.
On him.
The walk-in strikeout percentage. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I actually
thought it
wasn't
was-
looking at his numbers per se. I
Yeah.
kind of just threw him there, trying to figure out where to put him because in my initial text to you, I forgot him.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Never mind.
So that's kind of, yeah.
You should have said that off the start. I forgot about that. All right.
I had to sound like I had an idea. Okay, that's why I did that.
All right. Here's
I completely forgot about it and threw him there.
Here's my list. I
Let's
got
see what you got.
number 10, Ty France.
Respect.
Number 9, Rhys Hoskins. 8, Brandon Belt. 7, Jose Abreu. Number 6, Paul Goldschmidt. Number 5, Max Muncy. Number 4, Pete Alonso. Number
Schmeat.
3, Matt Olson. Number 2, Vlad Guerrero Jr. And number 1, Freddie Freeman.
Frederick. So why no Anthony Rizzo?
Basing it off of everything, really. I mean,
Okay.
he was good in 2019, but from
I feel like especially our top tens this year and maybe even next year, it's how much we weigh 2020.
Okay.
In the shortened season. I think that goes a long way.
It matters, but I agree. And everybody has their own, thoughts on how you should weigh each year. What do you think? What do you think? Like, how did you weigh it? Would you say?
I kind of took it for face value as if they were injured.
Okay.
I took it as
then,
a whole.
But then
the whole
when
league was injured, yes, the whole league was injured.
Yeah.
And I take it as face value. 60 game in their 60 game run. This is what the numbers they put up in 60 games.
Yes, I get that, but I'm saying comparing it to 2019 and 2021.
Say it again. Sorry, my computer yelled at me.
Basing it off of 2019, 2020, and 2021, how do you what a 15, 25?
I go about 20%.
60, 20%.
I weigh about 20%. Yeah.
So you weigh 20, and how would you weigh 2019?
Probably go 40%.
40?
I do 40, 40, 20.
Interesting. Okay. So 2020, very low.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, for me, 2019 and 2020 are kind of mashed into one for me. As
if it's one extended season.
No, but they're similar weighted distribution.
Okay.
Whereas 2021 for me, that matters a whole ton more.
Why?
Why? Because you got a full season out of guys for the most part.
But you got one in 2019 as other guys.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago now.
Okay.
How
wild to think about.
How relevant is what Josh Bell? If we're if we're weighing 20,
yeah.
If based off of what you said, I mean, Josh Bell should probably be on your top 10 realistically, or
right.
Yuli Gurriel. Yuli Gurriel, had.
I forgot about him. I'll be honest, I completely forgot about Yuli Gurriel.
Both of them, if you were to combine their 2019 and 2021s, are better than Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, I forgot about Yuli.
If you were to weigh it that way.
Didn't he win the batting title this year?
He did. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he hit. What did he hit? 319.
Good for him. I also wanted to put Joey Votto for the sake of putting Joey Votto.
You know what? I was debating it a little bit too.
I love Joey Votto, man. Considering I didn't put Buster or Yachty in last episode.
Yeah.
Gotta show some love to the old timers.
I was surprised you didn't put Yachty.
I decided to be a little smarter this year. But
yeah.
By the way, since our top 10s are wrapped up, I reached out to a certain MLB player who we both appreciate, hoping to get him on the podcast. And I mentioned him earlier, actually.
Is a current MLB player?
Current MLB player.
No idea.
I mentioned him earlier when we were talking about professionalism.
Mike Trout.
I wish. Dude, can you imagine?
Professionalism?
The whole stuck up conversation. He was one of the examples I gave.
Now I remember.
Okay.
I'll realize when I'm editing.
It's all right. First person to tweet us the correct guess will be in the running for a gift card of some sort.
Okay.
Submissions close on, let's see. The last day to enter will be the 5th
All right.
of February.
Oh, MACCA's going to be foaming from the mouth. He's got
Oh,
that gift card in it.
Oh, dude, whenever he hears one of our challenges, he's ready for it.
MACCA's going to get himself a nice gift card.
Someone take the gift card from MACCA. Anyway, that'll do it for this edition of Take a Pitch. Don't forget to get the merch. Link in all of our bios. Follow us on social media at Take a Pitch on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We are going to try and figure out TikTok this year. We're pretty much boomers in that regard. I posted my first TikTok the other day, and I think it looks like crap. But hey, 800 people watched it, so
that's fine.
Keep an eye out for that. What else? Check out the other pods on the network. I just did an episode with On the Power Play. Talked about Henrik Lundqvist's retirement night, the All-Star break coming up. Go check them out at OTPP pod. I always do that.
I know.
On Twitter and Instagram. And then From the Tips, they don't have a Twitter. From the Tips _pod, I believe it is, on Instagram. Just search From the Tips, you'll find them.
I don't even get them in my feed anymore for some reason.
Really? That's upsetting.
I don't know why.
That's very upsetting. We're gonna have to change that and get you back on that golf grind. Yeah, and don't forget your SOAPAZON soap. Stop being so fucking smelly. Promo code TAP, soapazon.com.
Go get merch, bitch.
Definitely go get merch. Remember, our cancer shirts proceeds go to charity. Military shirts, proceeds go to charity. A portion of the proceeds, at least.
Yes.
We got to figure out how we want to divvy that up this year.
We'll do the same thing.
Don't forget to go get yourself a rally candle. 'Tis the season to light some candles up. You know, we love our rally candles. Those guys are great, Mark and Jim. We love them. I got to shoot them a text. Get yourself a rally candle. I got the Yankee one still here. Comes with jelly beans. Don't forget that.
You didn't give it to MACCA? I thought you were going to give it to him.
I thought so too.
What happened?
I haven't seen him in a while.
MACCA.
I genuinely haven't seen him in a while.
MACCA. He's literally holding your rally candle hostage.
Rally candle here. Go get yours today at therallycandle.com.
Boom.
Tell him Take a Pitch sent you.
Hell yeah.
Shot the remote for something.
Attaboy. And,
that'll do it.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Billy Wagner for Hall of Fame. Jeff Kent for Hall of Fame. Get it going. Let's show him some love next year. Peace.
It's Tito made.
Yee.